Dear friends, greetings to all. Today's topic is methods of sampling. This is in the fifth chapter, that is theories of sampling, of the subject business statistics. The sampling methods can be classified into two types. One is random sampling method and another one is non-random sampling method. Random sampling method means the method of selecting the sample through scientific method, and there is all possibility that all the units in the study area have the chance of being selected. That is the character of the random sampling method. Because for example, I am taking, there are 500 industrial units for which the researcher is interested of conducting the research, and he wants to select 50 units. Means that if he is adopting the random sampling method, means all the 500 units have the chance of being included in the sample. Which one to be selected, one could not know well in advance. And opposite to that is the non-random sampling method. No scientific method is applied, and there is no possibility that all the units in the study area are to be included to be getting the chance of being selected. Then now let us study the first one, random sampling method. This random sampling method can be classified into two types. One is simple random sampling or unrestricted random sampling, and the second one is the restricted random sampling. First one is the unrestricted random sampling. In the unrestricted random sampling, there are two methods. One is lottery method and another one is random number method. In the lottery method, the units in the population should be written in piece of paper, and number should be given, and through the lottery it would be selected. For example, the units in the population may be 300 and the researcher wants to get 40 to be selected. Then the 300 units name or that will be listed in serial number, and number may be noted in a paper and it will be rolled down, and this paper, all that should be put into one box, and randomly that 40 can be selected. This means there is chance of being selected, being included in the sample for all the units, all the 300 units. Then in the second one is the random table method. So in computer based or in that random number tables are available. On that basis, randomly the numbers may be selected. This method can be adopted when the size of the population is large. 1000 sample to be selected means that lottery method should not be possible. In that case, it can be applied by the random method or through computer method of selection. Then second one is the restricted sampling method. The restricted sampling method, the methods are stratified random sampling, then systematic random sampling, then third one is cluster sampling method. Three methods are there. In the stratified random sampling, all the units in the study area may be with the different characters, and in that case that would be stratified according to homogeneous unit. So that all that may be in the heterogeneous nature, maybe again the population wise, education wise, or age wise. Suppose age wise one to be selected, means then the stratification may be done, because that below 10 years, the character may be different and their behavior may be different. Then 10 to 20 years, their attitude may be different. 20 to 30, 30 to 40, like that stratification should be done. And how many numbers in each stratified category should be decided. And if 10% to be selected means in one stratification 50 is there means 5 should be selected. In another 100 means 10 should be selected. Like that, if there are 500 units in the population, 10% should be selected, like that only. Then systematic sampling. This is the second one. In the systematic sampling, that units in the population should be systematically arranged according to serial number. Say there are 200 industrial units, or 200 factories are there. Factories are in the study area. Then the researcher wants to select 20. Sample means that 200 should be written in serial number, name should be given, and that maybe total population divided by the number of sample required means you will be getting the interval. Suppose 200 is the total study population number, and sample required is 20 means 200 by 20, that means 10. So every 10 units should be selected. So you have arranged in 200, so then first 20 should be selected. Then next 20 should be selected. Then next 20 should be selected. Thereby at last you have selected 20 respondents, samples. This is also randomly selected because we are arranging systematically without any bias. Then automatically the selection would be done very correctly. Then next one is the cluster sampling. In the cluster sampling, it is a series of continuous process of selection. Cluster sampling means different stages of selection. First stage, second stage, third stage, like that. The population should be classified and then selected. Suppose the factory workers to be selected, say 100 factories workers to be selected means the industry should be selected first. Maybe steel industry, food processing industry, then that sugar industry, like that industry may be there. So out of that, some industry to be selected. In 10 means maybe 3 may be selected. And from the 3, there may be factories are there. That each industry is represented with the number of units. Suppose you are taking steel industry, in the micro level itself means there may be 150, 200, like that may be there. And among that, some factories should be selected from each industry. 3 industry means some industry should be selected. From that, workers should be identified, total workers should be identified. There may be, say that 650 workers in the final selection, the population unit. Then you are going to select 100 means out of the 650. Any method you can apply and select the sample. These are all the random sampling method. In the second category is non-random sampling method. In this non-random sampling method, this is judgment sampling, then quota sampling, convenience sampling, snowball sampling method. That means first one we are taking judgment sampling. Judgment sampling means that we are making the researchers according to the researcher's judgment. He should know that which one to be selected, because if the population is unlimited, infinite only, this non-random sampling can be applied, because there is no clear-cut definition for the population, ill-defined. I think passengers in a bus stand is not able to get the total number. So according to the judgment, the researcher will be selecting. you should be unbiased one in the selection of the sample units. Second one is the quota sampling. Quota sampling is just like the stratified sampling. Here also area wise that the quotas may be selected, and from each quota the required number of samples may be selected on the basis of some judgment like that. Here also the population is ill defined and the infinite population. That's why this method is applied. Then last one is the convenience method. Third one, convenient method. Convenient method, according to the convenient, researcher is selecting a sample. He need not go to different places. He wants to know the attitude of customers in supermarkets. Then the researcher may conveniently select from nearby place. The researcher wants, say, 200 respondents, means conveniently one or two places you may visit, and with his own judgment may select the respondents. This is the convenient of the researcher. Then last one is snowball sampling method. In this method, it is very difficult to find out the units in the population, and the researcher first find out one respondent, and after that he conduct inquiry with him, and he identify the another one, and from that person he identify another one. That is why snowball sampling. Suppose the researcher wants to know the BMW car owners in a district. Maybe you can go nowadays RTO office itself, then find out. But just to see that BMW owner, he identified under one place, then he identified and he inquired him, and thereby he gets another one, like that. And another example is, if the researcher wants to know the drinking habits of people in a locality, means in olden days, in some past years, means the people very well afraid of telling that he is a drunkard. Then what the researcher apply the idea means, he just inquire where is the drunkard from the local place, and he identified one that drunkard person, and then he inquired with him, and he may definitely tell because his friends may be there, and from that place he will be visiting that particular person. Thereby this snowball sampling, because the population is also ill defined and no clear idea about the population. This is also non-random sampling method. Okay, thank you very much.